Hang time, who been a plug in the power, ayy. Came with a charge in my alley, ooh. Charge it again like it's credit, your team crowd need to edit, yeah. I see face so credit, hold up, ooh, that's dead, need a minute, need to play through a violent.
Up next, the Lakers taking on the Pelicans. For the Lakers, a stellar year has put them at the top of the Western Conference. First place doesn't come easy, but you know what? They worked. Welcome, everyone, to NBA basketball here on 2K Sports. Tonight, it's Noche, and now a good time to look at our power rankings. TA, it's all yours. Well, what a great attitude. He is a monster on defense. David, thank you. And the starting lineup for the Pelicans, Holiday and Ingram out on the perimeter. Then it's Ball. Then there's Williamson. And it's Melly in at the center, locking down the middle. And for the Lakers, up front, it's Kuzma and Davis. Jordan is out there with Cook. And it's LeBron in at the 3. You know, Smitty, teams obviously change throughout the season. They evolve into something different than they began the season, you know. But by this point in the season, what should have these teams already figured out and know they can count on?
I think defensively and the intangibles, you got to know that we can beat teams when they're ugly games. We're not scoring the basketball on our defense and our rebounding. And I think also having great communication. They also should know by now who's the number 1 option, who's the number 2 option, who's the number 3 option. And it shouldn't be any confusion on who's the best player or who's the first option on your team.
You mapped that out well for us. Pass to Mellon. And here is Ingram. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Warriors in San Francisco. Just 3 to shoot, and Jordan sends it back. Cook dishes to Jordan. To the paint, and it's Davis with the jam.
It's a thing of beauty watching an athlete that graceful, but that powerful.
Now here is Holiday. 17 points for him last game against Golden State.
Yeah, and I look at his total effect on the scoring, both as a passer and a shooter. Incredibly productive.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Davis. That's his first foul. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. Ball feeling it out a bit. Shot clock at 5. The pass to Williamson. Will not go. This is off the front iron. From deep, Jordan, and he's good on the 3 ball.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
And first time out of the game called for New Orleans. The Lakers beat them last time when these two teams met in Los Angeles.
And it's going to come down to effort tonight. Last time they met each other, they were demolished on the boards, and that rebounding difference led to a sizable loss.
If you don't have that one guy who gets you 10-plus boards every night, you just have to send more guys to the glass.
Here's Williamson. And the Pelicans miss again. LA's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter.
And how much fun is it to watch this kid? I call Zion Williamson a kid, even though he goes about 280, and he has a certain composure that really belies his years.
And Jordan sends it back.
They are out of rhythm. 1 for 5 so far. You just need to calm down and reward your matchups.
Good on the bucket.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for the Pelicans. They trail by 7. And with Williamson, it's not just the obvious stuff that impresses you, Greg. It's the little things as well, the attention to detail.
You know, Kevin, one thing that stands out to me, every time I see this young man, the eye-hand coordination, whether it's on steals, deflections, block shots, he always seems to pick it cleanly.
The 9-foot shot. And what a play! Just snatched out of the air. Credit the block. Cook, the pass to Jordan. Takes a 3. Jordan can't get that one to fall.
It's amazing. All night he's been out of sync on the offensive end, yet they continue to lead. I mean, all period, it's been a struggle for him scoring the ball.
Davis, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And he's a great scorer, but Anthony Davis's defensive impact may be perhaps even greater. Do you think he has a chance to ever win Defensive Player of the Year?
Without a question, Kevin. On a team with more weapons, he can focus on the defensive end more. We saw that with Kevin Garnett, who won his Defensive Player of the Year award his first season in Boston.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. JaVale McGee's checked in for Kyle Kuzma. Caldwell Pope comes in for James. And it's Dragic in for Cook. Outside Jordan. This one for 3. Carries it from three-point range. Jordan's got 8 points.
Defensively, you have to tighten up on him or suffer the consequences.
This is it to Leonard. Stolen by Caldwell Pope. And now here's Dragic, the fast break chance. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Showing the courage and strength to take it up inside. Goran will now go to the line.
This is his first free throw of the game.
And the veteran Goran drop.
Setting the 4 now for the Pelicans. Ingram the 3 and Zion the 4. Ball and Holiday combine at the guard spots. And it's Melly in at the center position. Now you look at the career of Dragic. Greg, he's always been a scoring point guard.
Yeah, and as Dragic has aged, he has learned to lean more and more on his outside shot. Even when his first step and speed start to falter, he'll find ways to put up points.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Hi, Kevin. Well, clutch in the last time out against the 76ers was outstanding. He ended up with 43 points and got there the usual way. An impressive barrage of three-pointers. That was just the latest in a solid string of performances from him. Obviously looking to keep the momentum going here this evening. See how he does, Kevin.
Excellent, David. Thank you. Greg, how impressive was it watching him completely take over?
Unstoppable. They won that game because of his effort and just his overall relentlessness.
That's what every player has control of. His level of activity. It allows you to impact the game even if the shot isn't falling. Well, he was in rhythm, hitting 2 threes in the opening quarter, but hasn't made one since.
There's 1:54 left in the second quarter. To end the run. Another shot. Ball with the rebound.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
He was all alone on that one. And it's a 4-point Pelican lead.
Here in the second quarter, he's looking much more comfortable with this offense.
Here's Jordan. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Jordan's got 10 points.
And he's having a difficult quarter shooting the ball with just 1 make and 9 attempts.
Jordan against Ball, and Ball slams it in.
Yeah, I just love seeing it. Ball, put it on the deck, using those long strides to get all the way to the cup.
The drive by Jordan, and it's blocked. There's 49 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. And the dunk by Williamson.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Jordan, the pass to Bradley. Back to Jordan from deep. Jordan can't get that one to fall.
He has gone ice cold this quarter, obviously not helping their cause.
And don't look now, but they're starting to extend this lead.
They're doing it by building it out, step by step, valuing each possession.
He gets it in there. Kuzma's got his first bucket of the night.
And you have to tip your cap to Kuzma. He absorbs contact well and knows how to adjust his shot.
Bradley against Holiday. the triple.
And you see how Bradley's earned his defensive reputation. He has long arms and terrific balance.
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Look at Clutch. He's really been playing well.
And he was an absolute monster on the offensive glass in that first half. I don't know how you slow him down.
Basketball 101. You've got to put a body on him. Unfortunately, that's a fundamental that's gone by the wayside.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. Taking a look at the Lakers. Up front, it's Kuzma and Davis. Dragic is out there with Jordan. And it's LeBron in at the small forward position. Now the spotlight usually is on the head coach. Smitty, what makes for a great assistant coach to the staff in your own?
Well, I think when he has a great relationship with the coaches and also he has a great relationship with the players. I also love the assistant coaches that are very detailed. And also some of those guys, they have great insight on what a coach can't see. It's still a team, and there's some great assistants out there.
And a minute played as the second half gets going. They double him with Jordan. Back to ball. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Williamson. And Jordan sends it back. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. And some changes here for the Lakers. JaVale McGee's checked in for Kyle Kuzma. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope comes in for LeBron. And Cook sub in for Goran Dragic. A chance here to get a quick injury report.
Thanks, guys. I got a status report from Los Angeles' head athletic trainer. He said that the hip is bruised pretty badly, but overall, it should be okay. If he were to miss time right now, it would really hurt this team, especially during the latter stages of the season. Kevin?
David, thanks for checking in. On top of it is all.
It's interesting. Even with the advancements in strength and conditioning, injuries continue to impact the game.
And we're seeing that across all sports. Guys are just getting bigger, faster. The human body can take only so much. Just crushing it here. 80% to start the half.
Jackson kicks to Williamson. Pass to Reddick. Down low. Teardrop shot. McGee with the block.
Shaky start to the half. Going 1 for 4. Still trying to find that groove.
And 3 from Jordan. Los Angeles with a fresh shot clock. Here's Davis. And the pass to Caldwell-Pope. Just 5 to shoot. Outside Jordan. Fires for 3. They get it back. McGee. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot.
And all second half, they haven't gotten stops with any consistency.
Leonard looking around. To end the cold streak. And again, New Orleans has no luck. Los Angeles leading by 4. Here's Caldwell-Pope. That one goes in.
Yeah, and knifing into the middle. Caldwell-Pope, not just a perimeter threat. Young fella can elevate.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans.
And you think of the resiliency of New Orleans. It feeds into the ethos of their sports team, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. Certainly the Pelicans have...
From deep, Jordan, and no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so it's Los Angeles, up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Very unselfish. If you appreciate teamwork, this is the kind of play that will get you up out of your seat.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today. We get going in quarter number 4. Setting the 4 now for the Pelicans. Ingram the 3 and Zion the 4. Then there's Lonzo Ball. And it's Alexander Walker in at the 2.
And no doubt the release point is a bit unorthodox in terms of Ball's shooting technique, but man, can he slingshot it home from deep.
And Jordan gets it to go.
Having a monster night from beyond the arc. He had 2 bombs in the first half, now 3 more since.
Here's Williamson. Great D that time from Jordan.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
And again, it's the Lakers from deep.
He has a lot of points from long range this half. He's taken advantage of a really tired defense.
A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. Alexander Walker. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Ball's got 5 assists tonight. And so James will bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
This was obviously a focal point coming out of the break. Look smart when the shots are going down.
Yeah, and Ball, a transcendent talent, I think has a real skill for finding his teammates when they have those good looks at the rim.
It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. Drew Holiday's checked in for New Orleans. Off the inbound pass, again, Los Angeles.
They have leaned on him all quarter, and it has worked to perfection.
We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Passes it to Ball. And another 3 for New Orleans.
I mean, a tremendous all-around talent. Drew Holiday keeping his eyes up and his options open.
And 3 from Jordan. And it's Melly with the rebound. Feeds to Williamson. Oh, he just jams it right over LeBron. Wow.
Well, what a dunk artist this guy is. Whenever Williamson takes flight, you're just expecting to see something special.
Stolen by Holiday. And New Orleans pushing it up now. There's the feed to Williamson. It's stolen by Davis. Jordan against Holiday. Los Angeles keeps it going. A new 14-second shot clock.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
And Jordan sends it back. And so the ball out of bounds. Jordan touched it last. Quinn Cook's checked in for the Lakers. And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. Here's Holiday. In the corner, it's Ingram. Lock at 6. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. And the Pelicans miss again.
That's a look you cannot pass up. It's also one you shouldn't miss.
Jordan against Ball. Pulls up on the wing. That one wide left.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the deep.
The lead now in single digits.
Yeah, how about the concentration from Ball? Not allowing himself to be denied. Really got to wrap him up on these shots to prevent the bucket.
That's good from Ball. Timeout called the Lakers. They're leading by 7. There's 1:26 left in the fourth quarter. Now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Clutch.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working. And no matter what they've thrown at him, he's had the answer.
The better he played, the more these fans got revved up. And that continued to play out over the course of his amazing performance. Hands it from downtown.
Really good job of creating just enough space to let that one fly.
Pelicans trail by 10. Holiday attacking, and Jordan sends it back.
And it
what should be a nice win here for the Lakers.
Nothing like second chance buckets to pick up the scoring pace.
Yeah, it was impressive how they piled on the extra points, hitting the offensive glass, and it also winning the 50-50 ball battle.
And the strong effort here will convert into what will be their 50th win on the season.
And once they polish off this win, they'll be one more victory away from sweeping the season series.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Jordan.
High-level shot making, what we got a chance to witness. He responded to good defense with better offense time and time again.
Just too big a deficit to come back from at this point.
And you know, disappointment starts to set in a little bit. He fought all night, just wasn't meant to be.
20 seconds left in the fourth, and the Lakers can just let the clock run down here. And the layup's good off the glass. Jordan's got 32 points.
And you know they feel good giving their fans a show here while taking care of business.
They're going to win by a nice margin. The effort was there all night.
And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy.
It makes a big difference. Once they started to really play, it never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. Thanks, Steve.
Yeah, one time. For the one time. Yeah, you know life is like a movie and I hope this is Spike Lee. Written on a mission not to get it on my life. Please don't wake me up, cause I done finally found the right dream. And whatever happens when it happen on my Spike speed. Gotta make a wave and they just laying on the high seas. I don't even sweat it, I can't let it, it's a light breeze.
The tallest building in the United States, One World Trade Center. Looking glorious tonight as we come to you from New York. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, this is Kevin Harlan. We'll be hearing from David Aldridge on the sideline. So here's Miami's starting group. They've got O'Neal. Magic Johnson is out there with Barnett. Then there's Nowitzki. And it's Aguirre in at the 3, the small forward. And for New York, it's Randall and Robinson at the 4 and the 5. Barrett Knox are the wingmen. And it's Smith in at the 1. Here's Knox. He's guarded by Johnson. High, arcing shot, and that one, good.
Knox finding his way around the rim and then pretty versatile to finish.
And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for Miami. Well, you know it was going to take some time for Kevin Knox, but Greg, at the end of last season, he began to show flashes of what he could do.
You could almost see the game starting to slow down for him about halfway through the season. Consistency is something all rookies struggle with, but it hit Knox especially hard. Fortunately, that is something that passes with time.
So it's the Knicks now, following the score by Miami. Robinson for 3, rebound by Johnson.
Didn't hesitate for a second to get a hand up on that deep ball.
Yeah, you got to like how he hustled the guard out on the perimeter, definitely respecting the shooting ability. There are only a few players in the league who can hit a teammate like that in stride. Beautiful assist.
Shot from 12. Barrett, no good.
Nobody getting a hand in his face in that painted area. That's a miss he's going to be disappointed with.
Miami shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game. That's good from O'Neal. O'Neal hits them both.
A big fella with the ability and confidence at the free throw line is something that every team wants. Don't have to make those late substitutions. Keep your big guys on the floor.
Now here's Randall. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Nowitzki. A little over a minute 30 into this first quarter. Here's Smith trying to get open as Randall.
And so far, the team just 1 of 5 and that rim shrinking.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. New York with the 6-point game. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Here's Smith trying to get open as Randall. That's in. He found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Smith Jr. getting inside that time.
Here's Barnett. Offensive rebound.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Smith for 3. And Shaq with the rebound. Miami leading by 6. Nowitzki kicks to Johnson. And Nowitzki gets it to go down on the assist by Johnson.
And the insane peripheral vision there. If anyone's open, even for an instant, Magic's gonna find you.
There at the pass to Robinson. Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. For 3, Smith drills it from outside. Smith's got 5.
Encouraging to see Dennis Smith Jr. with that kind of range and that kind of confidence.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game. And the new group in for the Knicks. Portis is checked in for Robinson. Gibson comes in for Randall. Morris is checked in for Kevin Knox. And it's Reggie Bullock in for Barrett. Miami no good on that time either.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And the rejection by Giannis. Here's Curry, and Curry throws it down.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants
Oh,
to.
you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Good job of change of speed, and then his ability athletically just burns the defense. Dennis Smith Jr., beautiful play.
Curry fires from way outside. A three-pointer is right on target. Curry's got his second bucket.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let up, GA. I think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
And Portis throws it down.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot. Greg frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
Curry gets the bucket.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
To the inside, Smith. Well, few players in the NBA are as scary as Dennis Smith Jr. when he has speed towards the rim.
Smith just attacks with a ferociousness when he puts the ball on the floor. It can leap out of the building and strong enough to dunk over and through just about any player. Still developing the rest of his game, but you like his aggression when going to the hoop.
Alonzo Trier's checked in for Reggie Bullock, and that one drops.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
Here's Trier. Pass to Portis. 24 seconds left in the first. And Gibson now top the key. Offline from the top of the key. Miami leading by 10. Inside. Antetokounmpo can't get it to go. Here's Trier. Finds himself wide open and drills it. Curry way outside, and no good in the last second attempt this time. They're scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. Miami leads by 8, and we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from Miami, guys.
Well, this is the edge that great rim protection can give you.
Yeah, you can't be careless with your shot selection out there because some of them are getting thrown back.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. Setting the floor for the Knicks. Morris is out there with Taj Gibson. Then there's Bobby Portis. Then it's Dennis Smith. And it's Trier in at the 2. And Morris drops them both.
And a breakthrough season for Marcus Morris in 2018 and 19. Career highs almost across the board.
Kept alive. Second shot opportunity. Leonard with the bucket.
I feel like when Myers Leonard plays significant minutes, he can get himself into the rhythm of the game. That's when a lot of his better offensive rebounding games come.
And Portis throws it down.
He just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. You know, Greg, the Celtics are encouraging their players to take mental health just as seriously as their physical health. Marcus Morris brave enough to say that helped him a lot.
I mean, the Morris twins growing up in the hard streets of Philly, I mean, a lot to overcome, but by getting some help, that's exactly what Marcus is doing. Gives the team such a great element having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
I like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
Smith wide open, he fires. That one doesn't go. Miami leading by 6. Rondo scanning the floor. Connects from three-point range.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
And so New York calls timeout at first. And what a year last season for Giannis Antetokounmpo. He was terrific across, Greg, all stat categories.
And he was rightfully in the MVP conversation very early on. He's still very young, and I see multiple MVP seasons in his future.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Julius Randle's checked in for Portis. Kevin Knox comes in for Josh Gibson. It's checked in for Morris. And Ellington is subbed in for Trier. Here's Johnson. Following the basket by Julius Randle. Johnson gets the bucket.
And throughout the history of our league, few athletes are truly unique enough to change the way the sport is played, and Magic falls into that category.
Now here's Ellington. And the rebound goes to Nowitzki. Here's Barnett. He dents the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow.
Give them credit. Offensively, they've been the more efficient team.
Yeah, that along with maintaining the pace of play right now, playing with tons of intensity.
Now here's Ellington. Not a lot of room. To the middle. Here's Randle. Shoots over Shaq. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That's on Shaq.
Randle, tough guy to guard here as he uses that frame to earn another trip to the free throw line.
And a breakout season for Julius Randle in 2018-19. Averaged close to 20 and 10, delivering on the talent that saw him taken 7th overall back in 2014.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Robinson's checked in for Kevin Knox. And it's Reggie Bullock in for Barrett.
Yeah, he's going to knock that down if you give it to him. Uncompetitive there defensively.
The defense also looking defeated. The lack of hustle is driving the coaching staff a little bit batty right now.
Now here's Ellington. No points in the game yet for him. Just 5 on the clock. Randle no good. Greg, the Lakers allowed Julius Randle to leave in restricted free agency in 2018 so they could preserve some of their cap space.
I mean, his defense still lags behind, but offensively, well, he is special. The lefty, tough to deal with inside.
Here's Randle, following the score by Miami. Robinson kicks to Smith. They get it again. That's in, and the Miami lead is cut down to 11 on the bucket from Robinson.
He seems to be in the right place at the right time more often than anybody that's on the court here tonight. We see that pay off.
Johnson for 3, and again, Miami with the triple.
Yeah, this story in the second quarter, much different than the one in the first. We're finally seeing some aggression.
Smith against Nowitzki. Smith outside. From the arc. He's off on that one. And Miami the other way now.
Yeah, still trying to calibrate right now because he had 1 3 in the first quarter, but nothing since.
O'Neal is a force of nature. Once he gets it that low, it is a foregone conclusion.
Now here is Smith. 10 points for him. Robinson dishes to Randle. It's blocked by Shaq. And he recovers it.
Randle can hold his own down on the inside with that physical frame, Kevin.
This is his second trip to the free throw line.
Julius Randle.
That free throw good from Randle.
An expanding offensive game for Julius Randle as the first few years he was driving in with his head down and not able to finish around taller players on the interior part of defenses. But last year, tremendous finisher, added some three-point shooting, and was much better from the mid-range. He becomes a bit of a matchup nightmare if he's got all 3 of those things working.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope. His only concern right now is getting the points on the board. I don't mean style points.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
For New York, they have been coming through at the charity strip. They've made 7 of their 8 attempts. First one falls for.
The 9th pick pick in the 2017 NBA draft. Smith Jr. made the NBA's all-rookie team after a very solid first year in Dallas, averaging 15 points and 5 assists. And he sure is not looking to stop there.
Yeah, a nice, strong finish on the inside.
But Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality. And so it's Miami, feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. A fantastic game from Magic Johnson in this one.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half, just taking what he can get from the defense.
And I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
Here's who James Borrego is starting the second half with. What a jam!
Wow, fans loving that right there.
What a jam!
Nice. Wow, we are going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Greg. That was special. That was really special. The pass to Smith. Makes it off the glass. Smith's got 15 points.
Yeah, Knox trying to improve in this portion of his offensive game. Distribution.
For the three. Barnett, no good. And so it's Smith with it. He'll bring it up for New York. Trailing by 17. And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter. And Nowitzki with the stuff.
And how about O'Neal zipping passes over to his guys, using that height to find open teammates?
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over.
And coach can't be happy, and I think I know why. Their defense putting up no resistance inside.
No, they're not preventing them from scoring. And if you can get to a high efficiency shot on the floor, and that's the paint, you just keep going.
There at the pass to Robinson. Here's the teardrop. Miami grabs the miss.
So far, Kevin, the third quarter has not started well. Just 1 of 4.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
He's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
Smith kicks to Barrett. Nowitzki against Randall. Poked away. Nowitzki with the steal. In transition, here comes Miami. What a jam!
You knew something good was coming, Kevin, right?
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
Smith against Johnson. Here's Randall. And it's sent back by Nowitzki.
1 of 5 here, Kevin, to start the half. Their offense looks like it's shrinking right now.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Coaching staff probably most proud of the effort of this team on both ends of the floor here tonight.
Here's Smith. And another field goal in his total. Make it 7 for 14, shooting 50%.
Smith Jr. knocking down a mid-range jumper.
Now a timeout called by Miami. And you spend any amount of time watching Dennis Smith Jr., Greg, his leaping ability makes for some impressive highlights.
Kevin, he's got the size and the off-the-charts athleticism. Now just trying to figure out how to realize his obvious potential.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Bobby Portis comes in for Mitchell Robinson. Taj Gibson is subbed in for Julius Randle. It's stolen by Smith. Here's Knox. Antetokounmpo defending. Knox misses.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Just more and more you see these small little plays that give you an idea how much Giannis is assimilating with his offensive game. Angles, passes, and more playmaking.
Morris is checked in for New York. Lonzo Trier comes in for Barrett. Antetokounmpo against Morris. Outside Portis. 6 on the shot clock. And the rejection by Giannis. Here's O'Neal. And the dunk by O'Neal.
I mean, really, this is the evolution, the point forward concept in full display here tonight as Giannis is becoming one of the more dominant versions of that.
New York with the ball. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
For 3, Smith. And the Knicks miss again. Here's Miami now. They're on a 15-4 run. Trying to get open is Gibson. Count the basket. Shaq's got 11 here in this quarter alone.
And O'Neal, just a brute on the block, simply overpowers the opposition.
Trier passes to Gibson. Here's Trier, guarded by Kerr. Pass to Portis. Kicks to Morris. New York moving it around. Deep 2 from Trier. And the Knicks miss again. Shaq against Morris. Here's Shaq, and it's Miami with another.
Making the easy shots and the tough shots. He's on top of his game.
Rondo against Smith. And the rejection by Leonard.
There's some good commitment from Myers Leonard on defense there. Gets his hands up and swats that one away.
And really the story of this second half, one team getting the shots they want, the other not so much.
This team did something in halftime, going from a mild-mannered half-court executing team to some heroic shooting in the second half.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it worse.
The other team is scorching hot, and they come down on this end and can't find a way to get the embers going.
And so it's Miami going to the break, holding an enormous 36-point lead. Their defense has been terrific in this game. Right back after this break. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feet. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Marcus Morris is out there with Reggie Bullock. Then there's Wayne Ellington. Then there's Peyton. And it's Portis in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the 5 for New York right now. Pass to Morris. Lets it go from deep. O'Neal with the rebound. He goes right over Marcus Morris and slams it down.
Oh, let's go home. That was just ridiculous.
I do not remember the last time I saw a dunk like that in a game. Peyton against Davis. Peyton dishes to Morris. O'Neal comes with the double team. Morris kicks to Portis. Pass to Bullock. And the rejection by Cousins.
Offensively, you better respect the reach of DeMarcus Cousins. Terrific at getting a hand on that one and swatting it away.
The Knicks making a switch here. Randall's checked in. And then for Miami, Dirk Nowitzki's checked in for Shaq. And it's Barnett in for Seth Curry.
Defensively, you can't afford to give him that kind of look, especially down this many points.
Teachable moment there. Lapses like this are backbreakers.
Out to Peyton. 3-pointer. Nailed from 3-point land. Peyton's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Baseline try. And that one goes long.
Well, he finds some space in that in-between gap there, Kevin. Too bad he can't release that one on target.
Ellington the pass to Randall. Good work there as it goes.
Yeah, that's not an assignment that I want there, Kevin. I'd rather do math homework than to try and cover that guy.
Here's Cousins. That's in there. Davis with the assist.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Peyton dishes to Morris. There's the pass to Ellington. And here is Peyton. Pass to Morris. Nice D from Cousins.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
And there it is for him.
And Pierce always been great at just getting into the heart of the defense. Feels real comfortable when he's in attack mode around the rim.
Morris. And that one, good.
All the way to the bucket, no resistance, just like the Andy film.
Here's Barnett. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. Julius Randle picks one up.
How about that one? Able to maintain control and finish the play.
A different look for New York. Taj Gibson's checked in for Morris. Damian Dotson comes in for Reggie Bullock. And Alonzo Trier's subbed in for Wayne Ellington. Here's Trier. No good on the shot. And it's Miami the other way. Here's Barnett. He goes up again. The rebound by Gibson.
You're not going to see that very often. The defense in the vicinity, but still, he's not one to blow layups.
Dotson gets the bucket.
You risk getting torched when somebody's open. Peyton's skilled enough to find the open man.
Here's Davis. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. Julius Randle picks one up.
And look at hanging in the air, double pump, and then throws it down.
And you see the D, they just stepped aside, let him pick what kind of move he wanted to make. Wow. Portis is checked in for the Knicks. Here's Peyton. Cousins pulls it in. Outside, Pierce. And there's DeMarcus Cousins on the assist by Pierce. Cousins has got 4 this quarter.
Well, it takes a lot more than that to stop DeMarcus Cousins. He is a huge presence, and he answers every defensive challenge they pose.
Peyton surveying the floor. Here's Trier. Barnett covering. Hits the three-point bomb.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another, Greg.
Here's Dotson. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And so it's Davis. He'll bring the ball up for Miami. Here's Nowitzki. Shot is good off the back rim and in.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
You love that the guys are staying aggressive late in this ball game, just not wanting to let go of the rope.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Peyton, and there's the feed to Gibson. That's in, coming off an assist from Peyton.
Taj Gibson's postgame continues to improve, that time showing a nice touch.
Davis finds Nowitzki. He can't get that one. And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were